All right, guys. So we're going impromptu with the live today. I have Michelle Triolo. She's a realtor.
Hi.
She's a fantastic realtor. She helped my wife and I sell our first home in Charlotte, purchase our next home, and we had a have a rental property that she also manages for us.
That's right.
And she does a fantastic job.
Thank you.
So Michelle mainly deals with what area?
The residential side of real estate, but Anne Arundel County, PG County, and some of the outlying, surrounding counties as well. Queen Anne's, a little bit of Baltimore, and also Howard County.
Okay. So I'm gonna put a link to her right below this video once it's done, so you guys will be able to contact her, see her area, and actually read more about her. She's on Facebook as well. But what I wanted to talk about today is the fact we're moving into fall. A lot of times in the fall, you hear these stories, these rumors. It's a don't ever sell in the fall, and then you hear sellers always say, "Oh, you know what? You're gonna have to clean or fix everything, paint everything, because people notice more." I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's not. You also hear that you may get a better price, you may get a worse price, you may get more money, you may lose money, depending on what side you're on. So again, I don't know if that's true. So we're going to talk to Michelle about just some of the things, I guess, some of the beliefs that we have about selling and buying in the fall, and some of the things to look out for as a buyer, and some of the things to look out for as a seller. As with everything else, you guys can send in questions. We're live. I may have to step away to check a live or to do something during this, but that's the beauty of it. You guys always stay with us. And once this is done, it will also be posted on Michelle's page, so you'll be able to check out everything we talk about today.
I welcome your questions, so.
Yeah, it should be fun. All right, so I'll start by asking you, what is it that you do? What's your specialty? And then, what is it that you like about real estate? And then we'll go into the question about the fall.
Okay, sure. So I'm a licensed real estate agent, a realtor. I've been licensed since '03. So going on my 15th year of real estate full time, and I do residential real estate. So there's commercial real estate and then residential. I specialize in residential, and I work with all types of buyers and sellers. First-time buyers, first-time home sellers, repeat buyers, downsizers, all sorts of different walks of life in terms of the buying and selling process. And all types of properties too.
I gotta let everybody know. We had a unique situation when we were selling our first house. I wanted to go for the super high price and get
as most sellers do.
As we all do. We all do. And I think it was Michelle told us from the beginning that I might be priced a little high for the community. I thought we'll get it.
We'll test it out.
Yeah.
Right.
I did a little work in the backyard. I was excited. And I think she gave us the liberty to be wrong. So that's a very important thing when you work with a realtor, when you pick any professional that you're working with. That not only do they respect your thoughts, but they're willing to, kind of give you some string and see how far it goes before it's like a true implementation of only my strategy works. We have to go our way. Advisors are very important to us because they can tell us what's wrong, but then they also can give us the freedom to figure it out on our own. And you gave us the freedom to figure it out on our own, really.
Within a certain limitation,
Within
yes.
A certain limitation.
My goal is to always set everybody up for success. Bottom line. So, often people, want to price aggressively right away. And sometimes people want to test the market a little bit like you did. But you listened and, listened to my advice and then we got it done, essentially. Yeah. So.
And, she went further than I would think the average realtor would go. Because she also gave us some, pointers on things to update. Because we weren't going to update the kitchen.
Right.
And you suggested, okay, since you're not going to fully upgrade the kitchen, upgrade these things that makes people feel great. And I think the upgrades that she suggested were probably the number one upgrades that people talked about, that in the backyard.
Right.
So
kitchens and baths are always your big thing. But curb appeal too. So
when going into a home, what are some of the things you really, I guess, talk to people about fixing or cleaning or changing or rearranging?
Sure. So when talking with sellers and meeting them at their home and talking about what things they need to prep to get ready for market, number one is curb appeal. If you lose them at the front door, you've lost them, and it's hard to get them back once they're inside. But I find a lot of buyers these days don't want to have to do much. So presenting your property as clean as it can be, neutral, doing the important updates that need to be done. And any inspection issues that are kind of lingering out there, I really needed to fix that wood rot, by that window. Just get it done before you list your house because it's going to come up in the inspection and you don't know what kind of inspector your buyer's going to have. They could be an alarmist or not. So it's important to get as much as you can done beforehand within your budget.
Okay. So do you have those people that they think, all right, the fall's coming, let's go fall colors, is what's going to sell the house? Or
fall colors are okay, in terms of decor, but you never want to get too heavy in paints and stuff like that. Keep it neutral.
Got it. So that's going to transition us into the thought of the day.
Yes.
Okay, so it's the fall. I don't know if it's the first day of fall or not.
I think it is.
Okay. So if it is, it is. But
doesn't feel like it.
Doesn't. But you see the trees turn colors and you feel all good. So, moving into that fall season, and for the buyer side, we can start with the buyer side.
Sure.
What are some of the things that they should consider in this season?
Yeah, so there's, we look at kind of the pros and cons when buying or selling in the fall real estate season. So number one is that real estate is sold 365 days a year.
Yep.
So there's never a bad time to buy or sell. Okay, it's really all dependent on what your situation is as well. So for buyers, one of the big things that I tell my folks is that you're going to have less competition with other buyers in the fall market. There's less people competing and bidding on the same properties that you're looking at. So although inventory might be a little bit lower, there's less competition.
Do you think that's because that rush happened during the spring?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And there's also some seasonality with people wanting to get settled into their house at the start of the school year.
Yeah.
So, lower home prices. So sellers are real serious in the fall, so they might benefit from that. And that sellers have either recently reduced, priced aggressively, or they're just worn out sellers that failed to sell in the summer or spring, and now they're kind of desperate to get their house sold. Yeah, so that could benefit a buyer in that they can negotiate more terms, lower price, more concessions, that sort of thing. And then, of course, buyers can take advantage of year-end tax credits as well. Okay. And think about it this way: if you're closing on a home at the end of the year, you also get to take advantage of all those year-end sales. So you're going to need maybe new appliances or furnishings, that sort of thing. So there's some benefits. You can look at it that way as well.
Would have thought of that. Yeah. But that's true. Like a lot of times we move into the house and a lot of people want new refrigerators or they want new washer dryer just because.
Right. Or if they're upsizing, they need more furnishings now or
And then the end of the year great point. I wouldn't have thought of that, so that was a great point. Right. Okay.
And then for sellers selling in the fall market, everybody says spring is the time to sell. Mm-hmm. And while that is true, as a seller, though, the fall is a great opportunity as well. We have beautiful weather here in Maryland, so you can take advantage of that. Your home can be photographed really nicely with the fall colors. Take advantage of the fall decor. Don't go overboard. And then, the buyers that are looking at your home are serious buyers. They're not moving because of the school year. They're moving because of a situation that's making them move now. There's also less homes for sale for a seller to compete with. So if you're on the market in the spring, there's a lot more homes to compete with. So that's another point there. And then another important thing for selling in the fall for sellers is that you need to really have your curb appeal on point. So leaves are starting to fall, your gutters are getting clogged, that sort of thing. Make sure all that stuff is in tip-top shape so that you really win them over in that walk up to your front door. So get the leaves up, mulch, fresh flowers, fall decor, clean it up.
Okay, and not to say, going to that point with the decor, leaves, you mentioned cleaning your gutters. Mm-hmm. There are a number of things that are really inexpensive that you can do to make your house more presentable.
Right.
Power washing and cleaning your gutters is the worst situation you can possibly have if it's a rainy day and you haven't cleaned the gutters and someone's pulling up to your house and all of a sudden the water's
overflowing. Yeah, and then they're stepping on wet leaves and tracking them into the house, and then it just doesn't make them feel that great.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't look like their home. Right. It feel, so it could feel off-putting. So, those are great things. So, from a decor, hardscape standpoint, are there some basic things that you should either do or have in place from a hardscape standpoint when getting ready to sell? I know you mentioned the leaves already. So
yeah, I think just some potted plants are nice. Like mums are kind of the in right now for the season. Some decorative wreaths, maybe a few pumpkins here and there. But if you're selling in the Halloween season, don't go crazy overboard with the spider webs and the ghosts hanging. Yeah, that sort of thing.
That's important.
You kind of gotta tone that down a little bit, in my opinion. But
because there's some couples out there who is going for the who are going for the sale, and one party is like, we need to decorate, and the other party is like, let's keep it neutral.
Right. Yeah.
So you guys refer back to this and stay neutral and not go way overboard. So it's
but embrace the fall colors,
Yeah.
in terms of the decor and the smells and the pumpkin spice and all that stuff. You light a nice candle or bake a pie, bake some cookies, make the house smell really nice. You can do all of those things as well. But the fall, definitely don't discount the fall to buy or sell. It's a great time. I just listed a home on Sunday and went under contract in a day.
Wow.
So it can happen.
So I mean, that transitions us into the best question of all. If someone's interested in selling or buying, how can they contact you?
So you can go to my website, which is www.michelletriolo.com, and Brent will put a link to that as well. You can also look me up on Zillow and see my profile and reviews there. Or you can call me on my cell phone anytime, which is 410-982-8222.
All right, so if you can give us that number one more time.
410-982-8222.
All right, so I have to say.
I have a question.
Oh, we have a question.
So do you suggest that you should take down pictures and trinkets? Is that something that you suggest you should take down?
Yeah, I usually recommend that you depersonalize the house as much as possible. Do you have to take every single personal photo down? No. But if you have that huge wall collage of the family, tone it down. Because what you want people to do is when they walk into your house, to look at your house, not your photos and not your things.
Mm-hmm.
So you want them to look at the product that you're selling.
Yeah, thank you for that question.
Good question, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys have a way to get in contact with her. And I'm a client. So, I've dealt with Michelle for, I've worked with her for how many years?
I think like 2012, 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
And I have to say, she, from a marketing standpoint, as a realtor, this is my little soapbox for you. She is absolutely awesome. So, you want to look at the relationship too when you start, again, looking at advisors. And the realtor is an advisor. And if you have a realtor you don't feel like is a person that you can stay in contact with, you may want to think about the realtor you're working with and call Michelle. And
it's a team effort, really. I mean, I look at, when we work together, it's not just me, it's a team effort. And I value that input from my clients as well, that we can work together and, and eventually become friends.
No, that's true.
Right, yeah.
And, I mean, you get great things working with Michelle. So let me show you guys. This is my little thing. She was coming by today. Let me tell you how we ended up going live. So she called to actually just drop off, I appreciate you gift.
Yeah, a little something for the fall.
And there's been times where I've driven home and there's something on my step with a ribbon around it, and it's from Michelle.
Right.
And I think the first couple times that happened to my wife and I, it changes how you feel about the people you work with. Number one, she drove out here, so that's amazing. And two, she was willing to wrap it and leave it to make sure that we received it or put it in the mailbox. There's been times with that. And it's a different feel. She has a network of people that she works with, and that's also something you want to consider, like how strong your advisors' networks are. And so when we needed yard work, we needed trees cut down, we needed a series of things, and we always call Michelle now. So if it deals with real estate, we call Michelle. And normally she has a guy or a woman that can do whatever it is we need done. And I'll show you the gift that she was coming to drop off. And I was like, look, since you're going to be here, we should just go live, because I thought the information would be great for you guys. And, it's an opportunity for you to kind of showcase who you are. I think you're terrific. My wife thinks you're terrific.
Thank you.
And we hopefully think you guys are terrific. And I'll show you the gift. Did I see it? So, it's not the fact that it's a gift. It's a gift that makes sense. It's to pick up leaves, and my daughter loves picking up leaves in the
And
fall.
these are great. These really work well.
Yeah. We're normally out there with a shovel in our hand.
Nobody likes picking, except maybe Cadence, but nobody likes picking up leaves, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's like the kids
right.
But it's a timely gift. It's something that she put thought into when she decided, I'm going to give this to whatever clients I work with. And not to say every realtor has to do things like this, but I think this is a differentiator between a really great and potential friend realtor versus the person you went to the Yellow Pages, which they don't have Yellow Pages anymore. But you did, since you Google and you just found them. So I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
I wanted to, again, let you guys know I will post all the contact information for Michelle, so you guys will be able to contact her. And I thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, I'm going to turn it up.